Twitch. And then Byron underscore TM. Okay, here we only see this one.
Okay guys, we're in, finally. I might have this try somewhere.
Okay, we see here the semi-final. Also, how did that work?
Okay guys.
First of all, we started with just rounds mode. We had we had two groups of quite a lot of players, like 16 players in theory. And both groups basically played through all 4 maps. And 5 rounds per map or something like that. And we just gathered points and then we had a ranking. Barely anyone got knocked out there. It was basically a warm-up, you can say. I was in a pretty tough group, I would say. I had Scandia and Techie in my group. And Scandia, of course, dominates. And with Techie, I was battling for second. I think in the end, Techie was a bit ahead of me. But it's alright. So, then came a knockout. Actually, 2 knockouts. And your 2 positions were summed up. We had then, I think, 24 players were qualified to this knockout. And these players played then the normal knockout, like not with danger zones. It was just a very normal knockout, like you know it from Cup of the Day, for example. And I got 5th place and 6th place. And with these 2 positions, I ended up in 5th, actually. Scandia won both knockouts. And then we had in 2nd place a tie between Tarpor and Corso. Corso was also in my first match and I have beaten him by quite some points. But in the knockouts he survived pretty long and yeah, he got 2nd. He won the tie against Tarpor. Tarpor was 3rd. Then Luekes was still 1 point ahead of me in 4th. I got 5th. Techie had a really bad first knockout. He was actually in danger to not make it through the knockout phase. But then in the second knockout he got 2nd behind Scandia. And with that Techie made it up to 7th. So now comes something that was extremely annoying. The knockout was basically a kind of seeding. The top 16 players of the knockout went to the next round, which is the semi-final. We had 2 semi-finals. Both semi-finals had 8 players each. And in both semi-finals, the top 3 advanced into the grand final. So you had to be top 3 out of 8 players. And the knockout was basically the seeding for that. But they didn't put position 1 and then 4-5 and 8-9 into one semi, and the other semi has then positions 2-3 and 7-8. 6-7 I meant. They didn't do this. Instead they did position 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, and then the other server had the positions 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and so on. Yeah, and now following happened. For my feeling, from the local times that I've seen on the maps and so on, for me it was obvious. Scandia is obviously winning, and the other best players with that I battle for that 2nd place are Tarpor and Techie. Corso I thought as well, but I have beaten him in the first round. Pretty comfortably, hard word. And now following happened. Scandia was 1st. Tarpor in a tie against Corso was actually counted as 3rd. I was 5th and Techie was 7th. So us 4 players, 4 probably best players on these maps, we were all in the same semi-final. And I was so annoyed by that. Because in So in the past, in my career, whenever it felt like important and I wanted to show something, I always had like such unlucky seedings. No, the other semi-final felt extremely free to go through because there was no Scandia, no Tarpo, no Techie. It felt like it would have been free there to advance into the grand final. And that was of course this main goal. I wanted to reach the grand final because for a long time I thought it might actually even be on the main stage, that there is a chance that it's on the main stage. And also, like, there is prize money for the top 6. Like, every finalist already has some prize money. And there is of course also the chance, since these semi-finals were now so weirdly made, like, if you get into the grand final, you have also a chance to maybe get even podium then. Naja, but now I was of course on this death semi-final server against Tarpor and Techie and Scandia of course, and only 3 of us could go through. That means 1 of us had to go out, and I'm pretty sure that whoever goes out in this match would have easily made it on the other server, but sadly it was on our server. The semi-final was normal cup mode with finalists. And the point system was 12, 9, and then 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The thing is that it is exactly as you would expect. Scandia gets always first, and the battle for the second place, it happened very often that I ended up third. And then I'm of course always losing 2 points to second, but I'm only gaining 1 point to fourth. And I barely got these second places in. It was always 1 person ahead. Also not always, I got 2 or 3 second places, but Techie had of course way more. Techie also won 1 round, that helped him a lot. And yeah, I did pretty well in points until Scandia was gone, and then we switched to my worst map, which means that Tarpo overtook. And I will now go to that section where this is still the knockout phase. I will now go to this part. Only need to find it. It's gonna be here. They switch between the servers, yeah. Also here I'm leading against Tarpor, but this is my worst map, and I'm not scoring good on this. And there comes also a very bad round very soon, where I actually completely crashed. This was the only crash. I played a really good match, but the thing is, with this point system, I couldn't really create any gaps, and of course Techie and Tarpor were also pretty decent. And since we had now this map coming up at the wrong moment, and now Scandia was gone, so that means the big points, these 12 points, they were now up for grabs, but I couldn't take them on this map. So that was a big issue for me. And I think this is the round where I actually crashed, and Tarpo gets the first place, and I had him always behind me the whole match, but it only took this 1 round here to let him overtake me. And this of course sucked. Here it happens.
Mr. Reporter,
Techie is gonna get finalist now.
Techie isn't finalist.
Good luck.
Good luck, Techie.
And
But
we got-
Tarpo is getting close.
To Marius is getting only 3 points.
This is being close between these two.
So Tarpo overtakes here.
6-1-5 in front
Techie
of
is now
everyone. That's
finalist.
a very good start from him. He just needs to stay.
No, Firestorm was not there.
If he's playing, guys, no, he's not. Okay, last part, he goes. Ooh, we saw Tarpo. Tarpo just behind.
Maybe more speed from Tarpo, no.
Will he deny? He tries, he gets.
One denies and Techie gets
Oh,
his spot in
that's
the grand final.
nice.
So Techie made it as well.
Tarpo.
He was of course one of my opponents, but he was
was-
also now points-wise just far ahead. Like long time it was close between us, but as I said, there was 1 round where Scandia didn't win in this whole match, or every other round Scandia won. There's 1 round that he didn't win where he made a mistake, but only a slight one. Techie won. And these 12 points that he got there. And then the amount of second places here and there. Like, he was also sometimes making crashes, but the thing is, we are only 8 players. And if he makes a crash and he still gets 7th or 6th, and I'm getting 3rd, I'm not gaining that much. But the amount of second places that he had, and that's always a 2-point gain to me. So he just got a bit more points overall. And then Scandia was through, this map came up and Techie was just way better here. And yeah, got finalist, got through as finalist. This round Tarpo 2nd, I was 3rd. Tarpo is also finalist at 120 points, Tarpo's now at 114, I'm at 108. That means that if I win the next round, I could go from 108 to 120.
Close, that was close.
And we have now a map switch, luckily. And this is Tarpo's worst map, which is helpful. As he said.
Okay, let's have a look. It started, Marius is just behind. He's in fight with Jozo and Tarpo. Tarpo, he told us it's not his best map, but right now he's fighting to be in front. It's very close between Tarpo and Jozo. Jozo is in front currently. He has got an inside line. Tarpo with more speed, he's got the pace. Let's have a look. Oh, Jozo with the outside line is not the best. Oh, he slipped a bit. Tarpo is now in front. He's got a bit of a free part here. Tarpo, let's have a look at Tarpo. He's just behind. Oh, he's in front. There's Key behind, but Tarpo has 1.5 seconds to be first. Will he make it through? Yes, he does, and he denies Marius to be finalist.
And on the other server, there is Luis at 1.
And yeah, I saw that coming all the way. Like, in that moment when they showed the semi-final servers, and like, I only wanted to come into this grand final, and I was really sure that I was a top 6 player, but I had this unfortunate semi-final here, and I played really good in that semi-final. I'm really happy with my performance, but it just, with how the server is made, like, we have 2 players that were pretty far behind here with ETFI and Key. So it was just between Techie, Tarpo and myself, and the second place is decided a bit, and of course once Scandia is out of the match it decides a lot between us, and finalist decides a lot. You couldn't really create a big gap anyway, and I saw it coming that I will be the unlucky 4th place there. I was really feeling it already, but it didn't affect how I drove. I just knew exactly this can end up like that. And I would have been mega disappointed if it didn't work out to reach the grand final. Now Tarpo is finalist, even ahead of me. I have 115 points, so I just need a solid next round.
Okay, so
but someone needs to deny Tarpo, so and maybe I need to be myself the denier.
Needs to deny Tarpo.
But of course I got now also very shaky at that moment.
It's your moment. Will there be Marius here to deny Tarpo twice? Let's have a look.
Yep. Could be the last round of the semi-final.
It could. Let's have a look. So, the starts. Nobody gets wet wheels. That's a good start from everyone. Tarpo is already in the lead. In fight with Jozo. Jozo has great pace on this map actually. Yeah, he does.
A bit under my estimation maybe on this match.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, there's a fail from Tarpo.
Oh,
Tarpo failed. He might. Oh yeah, that's gonna be hard for him. Marius just need to finish.
So I had here a weird bump in both of the rounds. The first and here the second round, I had a really bad bump in that one section that cost me a lot of time. At this point here I made interface on and realized that Tarpo isn't there, and then I took it just relaxed because I knew.
Existence minimum, trying to deny Marius a bit of points. Marius with more speed.
I'm still getting second actually,
will get second
but I only needed to become finalist
and now
here.
It's gonna be double finalists.
So now comes double finalist against Tarpo. This decides who gets into the grand final, who gets safe prize money, maybe even a podium chance there.
Okay, this may be the last round, guys. We're gonna switch. Okay, it's very close. No one clipped.
The screenshot.
Yeah, we need to not forget that. Okay, very good start from Marius and Tapo. They both got a very good line.
Sense to anyone? There, Jozo is right behind them.
Jozo, he's got the speed at the start, but he's not. He doesn't have the line.
Don't have a
That's
great
good
angle,
from
but
Tapo.
it's okay.
Jozo is
Yeah,
coming back.
Tapo got a great lead now.
Ooh, Marius coming back.
5.5 lead now. Ooh, a lot
He's
of
got,
time.
yeah, he's got a lot of speed. He's gaining some pace on Tapo. He's got the line.
These two players.
Okay.
Oh shit.
Oh, that's close. That's close. Oh, Marius is overtaking. No, he's not. He's got a better line. No, let's have a look at Tapo. He's just behind. Will he get more line? A better line.
And it's
A better
gonna be
speed.
Marius
Oh, it's
with
close.
more speed.
And Marius with the speed. Oh, congratulations. Oh my god.
Nice, Tapo. Holy
A
shit.
nice one. Holy crap.
Sick as fuck.
That was close.
Alors, vas-y.
Okay, that was close. Congratulations, Marius. Congratulations, Tapo.
C'est le 1 ou le 2?
2. Là sur le 2. So, let's have a look, server 2, because I've heard that it's very close between the players. It's very tight.
Purple, where have you been? Hello, by the way. Why have you not been at XPEVO? Ja, also, this happens so often in my long track mania career that exactly one place before the goal, what I wanted to achieve, it does not work out. And like if I was in the other semi-final, it could have been so relaxed and I would have probably made it into the grand final and everything fine. But here I had to fight for it. This semi-final was basically the grand final already. Like I basically went into this with the mindset of this being the grand final. But because like I had to get top 3 here. And one of us had to go out, and yeah, luckily that was not the best map for Tarpor, and I was now also extremely shaky. There are like 2-3 spots on this map. Also when you see Scandi, I have no idea how he can have so much confidence. There are 2-3 transitions where I'm really not sure what my car will do. And in such a finalist situation, this is also not that great. But yeah, Tarpor was far ahead. It was like the most typical round ever. Like I can count so many cups where I lost like that, and this time, however, I actually pulled up a comeback in that round, gained these 4 tenths that I was behind, and overtook Tarpor. It is still shit for him because he easily would have made it on the other server, but yeah, now he had to be out. I'm just happy that for once it's not me. And I made it into the grand final. Yeah, Fred said something. But I was still surprised. Naja. So. And weren't you interested in the funny purple map from XPEVO? Wasn't there a map with that name? So, how was now the second stream called? Wait, we can easily figure that out. The second one from XPEVO. Ba-ba-bum. They have, of course, the important links. Second stream. Yeah, open. So here. Did I stream today? Ja. Also there is a VOD. And there's obviously as well.
Straight off the edge. Scandir in a position he's been
Also it
many
happened.
times.
It happened. It was on the second EVO stream. Yeah, it's a bit different called. Slightly different name. EVO Esports 2 it's called. Yeah. Alright. Yeah, this match. Now I spoiled you a little bit. Maybe we want to watch the full match. It is pretty short. Also for this grand final, we were 6 players, and the idea was that we play reverse cup mode. That means that we start with a certain point score and then we lose points depending on our position. Now I have a bit of experience with that already. Once you get to 0 points, you will be in the last chance. Once you're in the last chance, you have to avoid getting last place. Last place knocks you out. As long as you're not last place, you stay in the last chance for longer and longer while the others are still losing points. And now for whatever reason they decided to change the point limit a little bit and how much we lose. And they made it now very simple. It was just -1, -2, -3, -4, -5 and -6 for the 6 places in each round. And we started with only 30 points, point limit. Only 30. That's it, 30 points. Now you know we have Skandir, who's always winning. So that means that you always lose 2 points if you beat everyone else. Then you lose always 2 points. You can assume that we reached basically that we reach zero very quickly. And once we are all in the last chance, it's basically a normal knockout. You just don't want to be last. I like reverse cupboard, but I think that it only works in these small matches with 4 players. Also it would be a possible game mode also for the normal XPEVO matches, I would say, when you have 4 players. But with 6 players, the thing is, one guy gets into the last chance, but he has then still 5 other players, and if only one of these 5 other players crashes, then he will be always safe, while everyone else still loses points towards him. Even though you beat him every round, it doesn't matter, you still lose points to him, and at some point you are also last chance. Because of this system, this grand final was completely open. It could have gone to anyone. Also Skandia was clearly first, but afterwards everything was possible. So everything that I could do is drive good, drive safe, beat the others in rounds and try to get into the last chance as late as possible and hope that some other players that were early in the last chance are actually already knocked out. Because I was fearing that even if I'm the second best player, I might still get last. Because when you have for the longest time the points and then you end up in last chance and nobody got knocked out, you have a lot of pressure on your shoulders because you really don't want to be that guy that gets last then. But it can easily happen. Naja, and this is however how we played. And yeah, I will show you now.
Thumbs up. That's what you want to see.
He's enjoying.
So, who are the 6 players taking part in this final? We saw their names very briefly for a second, but if you could talk us through who they are.
I was going to guess because I had a pretty good idea. I knew Skandir, Marius, Techie, and then so Lucis, Speed Self, and Dennis.
Yep.
And we have whittled these down. How did we whittle these players down from top 32?
Can you repeat?
We had 32 players to begin with yesterday.
Yeah.
Now we only have 6.
Yeah.
What happened to the other 26?
They got banned from XPEVO.
Oh!
No, that's not true. That's not true.
Oh my God. Yeah, it was actually just whoever made a fool of themselves
Oh,
at the after
Volto
party last night wasn't allowed back today.
Oh, well,
No, so
I
actually we started.
Yeah,
with
Dennis
just
made it to the grand final. Yeah, thanks to the other semi-final. And
we
Corso
went to
actually
rounds
didn't make
where
it.
6 players
Corso was
got
the best
eliminated,
seed.
Then knockouts.
And he
where
didn't make
6
it,
other
yeah.
players
That was
got
actually
eliminated.
surprising.
Through 2 sets of semi-finals, where only the top 3 of each semi-finals were qualified for today's finals.
Yeah.
So this is the top 6 players of all time, I guess.
Yeah.
Because, you know, of all time, of course.
All time. Yeah, this is the Galactic Championship, I guess, of XPEVO. We have, as we have said, 4 maps for you today. As you're going to see, they are beautiful maps. The mapper for our first map is Kiraj, who has done a lot of mapping for Mini RPG over the week in the past. Absolutely. A part of...
Yeah, and it's live.
And it's live. Yeah. We're
Well, we
live
can
in the
talk
round.
about the map.
We'll talk about the map a bit more as we go as well. Kiraj, part of Frontier's mapping team, I believe, who do a lot of RPG mapping.
Yes, he is a very talented mapper from mini RPG to RPG maps. So it basically RPG is the same thing, but bigger.
Yes, exactly. Especially this map. When I was, playing it, watching it before the event, it does feel very like a bigger RPG map. It's got those wide open spaces. It's got those kind of slightly hidden corners, the hidden turns where it's maybe not obvious where you're going next. It's a really cool map. I really like it. And we are seeing at the moment something we expect to see a lot in this top 6. Scandir running away with the round. Marius has slotted in behind him. Techie, our winner from yesterday's Open Mini RPG of the Week event, in 3rd place. And it'll be Speed Self taking 4th.
This Open event, I sadly couldn't participate.
Get in there, Key.
Yeah, I don't know if you kept up with the real life racing.
Because I was at football.
Scandir on this cup feels a bit
I
like
thought that is the more
Max
interesting
Verstappen
to play
yesterday in
football.
GT3 race, where he was like 8 seconds faster than the whole field.
Yeah. No, that is entirely accurate. I think Scandir has the world record on all 4 of our tracks coming into the day. That's a safe bet.
So pretty good start for me.
I think it's by like a little bit on some of the tracks as well.
Starting
he has gotten a solid record above everyone else.
Which is basically
I think the lowest gap is like 0.3 of a second. So
which is kind of crazy because these maps are not very long.
Yeah,
either.
it's 1 minute long.
Yeah, so Scandir, very, very good at mini RPG, has been showing it for years, is going to continue to show it here today. We said it yesterday, we asked some questions, who did we think was going to come second? And now I believe, Bayron, your answer was Corzo. Unfortunately, I don't see him here in the top 6.
Yeah, he was very, very close to... It was playing between Dennis and Corzo on the semi-finals.
Yeah.
And Dennis just made it very closely.
Yeah. I can't hear them through my headphones. Are they shouting abuse at us?
No. They are talking about the very good players we have here.
Okay, yeah, that's fair then. They can do that. I'll allow it. No problem with that. Scandir wins back-to-back rounds. No surprise there. Techie managing to climb up. Marius.
Sadly, now a bit unfortunate. In the second round, I'm only getting 5th with 1.7 seconds behind. I didn't have the greatest start, but it is a bit unfortunate that with this round I got 5th and make -5, and you see like how quickly you lose these points. Because if you would be consistently always 2nd place in the rounds, then of course you would avoid that. But sometimes you have a slightly worse round, and if it happens that you're then 5th immediately out of 6 players, well, -5 points.
Big drop off after the first round, has lost 5 this time around. And Dennis, who had that excellent battle with Corzo, struggling a little bit in the first 2 rounds, is currently sitting on 19 points. So we're playing through this map. We are going to eliminate players 1 by 1 once they drop to 0 points and then lose another round. We're going to then play the other 3 maps. So how does the final ranking work for us today?
It's 3 rounds per map, so at the end of this round, they're going to
it's only
switch
3
map.
rounds. I see. I'm being a fool. I thought, I'm so used to Mini RPG of the Week just being on 1 map that I was like, surely we just play until they're all done on this map. But no, that would be silly.
Actually, the player, based on the seeding, they picked 1 map and place the order however they want in the map pool. So for example, Scandir got the best seeding, and he picked the 2nd map.
Yeah.
And I believe it was Biotopia by Aerotax.
Cool.
For example, Luis was 2nd at the seeding and he picked this map in 1st place in the map pool.
Interesting. Yeah, that makes sense. A little bit of a pick ban. Scandir wins another round. That's a very close round between Luis's and...
Here, sadly now behind Luis's. And look at the gap behind me. 3 seconds, 4 seconds. So I would have wished that I changed up these 2 rounds that I drove. If I had done this time in the previous round, it would have gained me quite a lot. And what I had previous round, where I was like 1 point something behind, I mean, here it wouldn't have mattered. I would have been 3rd anyway in this round. But here I lost basically another close fight. In the last round I lost by 500s against Speed Self, and now I lost by 500s against Lucas. And since every single point matters, I was a bit unfortunate with that.
Marius Speed Self will be losing.
3rd place is generally still good. And Techie actually lost 6 here.
And Techie looking to finish. Now, I've been to a Mini RPG of the Week LAN before. I'm glad we don't have to find out what happens if someone DNFs, because I've seen some pretty severe DNF penalties at Mini RPG
We
LAN.
fixed this issue, actually.
Okay, excellent news, yeah. I was at Mini RPG the Week Ultimate. I believe we had -1, 2, 3, 4 were the points, and then if you DNF'd, you got like -12.
Yeah, that was huge.
It was pretty brutal. Unfortunately, it did happen in one of the rounds, and very punishing to the player that it happened to.
No, today, if you do not finish a map, you just lose 8 points. That's a bit a lot,
Yeah,
but
that's, with 6 players, that feels reasonable, yeah. Until we're down to top 2 and someone DNFs and then, loses 8 points. It's going to be, hey, it'll be totally fine. It'll be fine. The players will be getting there anyway at some point. We're moving to Biotopia.
we do.
By?
Well, by
made the map?
Aerotax.
By Aerotax. Yep. It's a pretty good map.
Pretty good. Very thick. Okay.
I'm a big fan of the fact that most of the maps in the map pack are using kind of the TM2 textures. It all feels very throwback.
A bit of nostalgia here, a bit here.
Yeah, exactly. And to make Scandir feel even more at home, been playing RPG. You needed the extra help, right?
Of course.
So now the next
This map features a very cool feature, which hopefully we're in the right camera mode to see a little bit later on. Once we get to checkpoint 6, there is a double respawn, and you are then sent into the micro machine, the top-down camera view. So we should see it coming up here. Fingers crossed that it works out. Manually done. Done manually, I guess.
Done manually, yeah.
So what the players are seeing at the moment is a forced top-down camera perspective while they do this circle around. It is engine off. You have to reverse around the corner, get a booster forward, get up to this checkpoint where everything resets, and then you can make it to the finish. I believe as long as we change into replay cam rather than follow cam, we will see that work
So
properly.
on this map,
when
I can tell you that the start is very important. This weird spin when you jump up. The landing is very important because you could have acceleration penalty there or you don't. That really depends. Like, it's a bit random, I think, but can make quite some tenth difference. And this ending that I talk about, it is pretty PF because there are no drifts or anything anymore. It is just backwards and then forwards, but everything basically full speed. You cannot really do much difference anymore. Also the map gets basically decided until there. So the start is important, and then the middle section is also important. But then it's basically decided. And some players were really good on this. You see, I get now 4th. I'm not unhappy with my run, but it's just only 4th in this round. I have Speedself and Dennis behind me. This is what I hope to achieve consistently. But Luekis did pretty good. I was hoping to also beat him, but in some rounds he beat me here. Techie then in second. Yeah,
we're in the next round. As long as we're just on board with someone entering checkpoint 6, when they do their double respawn, we will be forced into the same camera as them, which is the micro
17,
machine.
16,
so
16.
It's pretty cool. It's a nice
in the
little
battle
gimmick.
for
There
second
was
place.
the World Tour map a couple
So
of years
mega
ago that
close
used the same
between
gimmick
us.
for the identity. And it's cool to see it again here. It's playing with different things in an RPG format as well.
So this jump here, mega important, and Dennis gets really
the
good.
fun fact about this
Actually, everyone gets decent. Scandia behind a bit,
going
but not
360
for long, I
mode
guess.
into checkpoint 1. This is a very hard part. The players are not very good, so we can't feel it. But it's very hard. Once you got the line, it's pretty consistent, but just have to get the line, and this part is very hard.
Yeah.
So Scandir has made a mistake.
Yeah,
Sorry,
it's around where Scandir has made a mistake. Okay, unfortunately we're in. Hang on, click the button one more time. Yeah, there we go. Micro machines. Scandir has made a mistake. Look at him. He is still on your screens there. He's a long way down, 4 seconds on this track, but it means points. Maybe
Now something unfortunate happens.
Not a loss of points for everyone else. Techie able to potentially pick up the first place. It was a very close round as well, just behind. Marius in third. Dennis loses another 5.
And this was, by the way, also so typical. The one round that Scandia crashes, Techie wins. I can tell you that the one round where I have beaten Tarpo in the double finalist is the only round in the whole RPG Cup that I ever won. I can already tell you now. Because I was always having Scandia. In the very first round, Scandia was on my server. And every time he didn't win, Techie won. There was one round where I almost beat Scandia, but he sniped me at the end, even though I had a good end. I don't even know where he gets speed from, but he must have had crashed early on and overtook me at the finish by 500s as well. But yeah, that was the only time that I was close. Otherwise, whenever Scandia made a mistake, it was always then Techie being there in those rounds. And then in the knockouts, I of course drove safe, so I didn't win anything there. And Scandia was of course winning both knockouts, so he was also completely always available to get these first places. And then in the semi-final, I had again Scandia on my server. And I was, of course, Scandia won every round, apart from one where Techie won. And when Scandia got through, then we had my bad map, so always Techie or Tarpo won. And then even Choso won one round. And the finalist round was the only round where I got first over the finish line. Because I had always Scandia in my servers. And now in the final we of course also have Scandia. But the one round that he crashes, obviously Techie wins. It was always Techie then. Yeah, even though I would say that it was pretty much 50-50 between Techie and myself, who was ahead of us. Sometimes I was ahead of him, sometimes he was ahead of me. That was pretty even between us. But whenever Scandia crashed, he was ahead of me in those rounds. And yeah, here I sadly crashed at the finish, like mini touch, and lost that second place to Luekes. Still, I got the third place, which is pretty decent. Speedself and Dennis lose more points.
It's already in danger. He is dropping down already to 3 points.
Yeah, I think it's interesting to see Scandia looking human for the first time as Matthew, and I was
Speak
worried
on
we were
that
going to
for
have...
at least 30 to 40 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, it's not going to happen again, but we have had one moment of Scandia looking human, and it's brought the points a little close together, only 4 points between Techie and Scandia now. Oh yeah, sorry. I think we just keep staring at New eating the sandwich. Anyway, we're going to get underway here on the next round here on Biotopia, where Scandia, having a far better time this time around, is leading the pack. Going through checkpoint number 4 now. We have this strange little bug slide here. Scandia gets it well, not looking to repeat any mistakes previously before we get into Micro Machine section coming up any second now. There we go. And yeah, Scandia has a pretty comfortable gap.
Yeah, really close behind between Marius and Techie though, and Speedself and Dennis are equally close behind that. Dennis trying to avoid dropping down, losing all his points this early on. I'm not sure it's going to work out. Techie just behind Marius is slowly losing that fight with a clip there. He might even get swamped. Dennis nearly put himself into the positions where he would have been able to stay off 0, but he does drop to 0 on the round.
Yeah, Dennis.
Techie, DNF?
Techie is
No, he's fine.
Okay. We put enough.
Yeah, now I finally got second.
Sure everyone's finishing the map.
Yeah.
Would be a shame.
Absolutely.
So yeah,
and Luekes and Techie were 5th and 6th
place right now. So he needs to not be last.
And suddenly
I will
second
say for
points
Dennis,
again.
he has lost points quicker than everyone else so far, but it doesn't feel like he's been last in a lot of the rounds we've seen. He's coming like 5th. But 5th is safe at this point. You're allowed to come 5th when you're on last chance. That's totally fine.
Yeah, just not be 6th at the moment.
Yes.
But if there's someone else, it's gonna be tough.
Yeah, it is going to be a little bit tough. And there's a few players below 10 as well. Map 3, who had the pick?
Map 3 was the Marius pick.
Yeah.
But actually he picked the last map.
Okay.
Beachside by Zix. He put it in 4.
Yeah.
So by default it's I believe Techie pick.
Yeah.
Tigaton by
And
Banano.
He didn't really have a choice.
Exactly. So it's a vanilla map, the only one on this map pool.
And it's a very fast kind of transitional flowing
exactly.
map.
But pretty hard map to be honest, very precise.
Yeah.
A lot of speed checks.
Yep.
And
And Speedself, unfortunately.
So we have now the first play on the last chance.
Luis is very good on his
I was just hoping that Dennis is actually losing immediately, so that I already have saved of this one position before I hit last chance myself. At the moment I still have 11 points, but I mean, we only played 6 rounds so far and I lost 19 points in 6 rounds.
Also down here in the battle, up front to no surprise, Scandia is racing off to an early lead.
It is of course tough because
Dennis
like, Scandia always wins.
He's still a long way in front. Speedself is continuing to lose time at the bottom. There's someone crashing out. I believe that was Techie. It is Techie who is dropping a long way down the leaderboard now. Maybe getting the full -5, and here's that risky thing. If you can get the height, it's great. If not, you may have to do the slow slide, as Marius just showed there, into the final phase.
Yeah, we've seen some quite close rounds.
Speedself, however, last. And I really like to see that because, look at this. Speedself had 6 points and he got last now, which means that he got exactly to 0. So we have already 2 players on last chance, which raises the chance, at least, that one of them gets last before I hit last chance. Of course, I have to also myself be sure or make sure that I don't get last in these rounds, because if I get last place in a round, then not only I lose 6 points myself, I also saved them you know? I saved them and let them in. So I had to make sure that I avoid that from happening. Because for me, the most important thing is that these people please be last now, yeah? And hopefully not a Luekis with a crash now and saving them, or a Techie with a crash, or a weird Scandia crash. Imagine Scandia crashing now and lets them survive. No, I wanted to have these positions clear before I reach 0. But at the moment I have the second most points, but you can already assume that this doesn't matter. Because
this is not
we will all hit last chance very soon.
But this hard fin, you can't miss it.
There was like a 15 seconds
and this is not what you want.
No, you definitely don't. This is a very sad realization as you start to fall back down. I think, you know, that I'm not making it. So hopefully we don't see anyone miss at that fin. Hey, these guys are all really good at mini RPG.
So now focusing on speed self and Dennis.
Yeah. We don't usually see Techie in mini RPG of the weeks. Yeah. But he's there. He may be. Oh, we've got. I didn't see, but it went quite fast.
Yes.
Oh my god. We may have underestimated the time.
No, listen, because I mean, once we get to last chance, there's still going to be a lot of rounds. We still need one person each round to come last in order to eliminate them. We're going to be in for a few more rounds, everyone. Don't worry about that. Yeah. It's going to work itself out.
And Luekis with a crash.
That is going to be a little bit scary. Just there, loses. Still safe this round even if he comes at last, but Dennis is in position, unfortunately, to be the first player eliminated from this mini RPG of the week competition at XPEVO. Loses just a...
So, and now following, Luekis dropping 5 points. I only dropped 3. So that means that looks pretty good for me now. Points-wise, I'm ahead of Luekis and ahead of Techie. And Dennis is out. Like, I was so hoping that Luekis finishes ahead of Dennis here. Imagine it wouldn't have been the case.
Gets the back in there, and that was important because Dennis was close enough.
Yeah, it was pretty similar.
If Lucis had missed there, Dennis would have stayed alive.
Definitely safer.
Unfortunately for Dennis, going to be eliminated. 6th place. Not a bad placing overall out of 32 players that were entered.
So Dennis 6th.
Very good place.
Speed Self still in last chance.
We've got a few things for all those 6 players at the end. So he went there. He has to be happy to get there.
Yeah, is that enough speed? I'm not sure.
Performance from him. Congratulations, Dennis.
Congrats to Dennis. We'll see. We have one more player currently on last chance. That player is Speed Self, who unfortunately is struggling a little bit on
and
this
Techie,
track.
big crash.
Not struggling as much as Techie is though. He's had 2 big crashes in 2 rounds, and he is now dropping 4.5 seconds away. 6 seconds, continuing to spiral. I mean, the issue with a map like this as well, very flowy, very smooth. If you get speed, you can keep speed. If you lose speed, it becomes very...
Yeah, now you have this issue again. Yeah, Speed Self is in last chance, but Techie saves him. And the thing is, I have only 5 points, and it's obvious that I lose now 2 or 3 at least. Even if I beat Speed Self here in this round, I lose 2 or 3 points, and we are all just coming closer. But the thing is, Luekis has 2 points. So even a 2nd place puts him into last chance. Techie will definitely become last chance.
Got to get it back as Lucis is about to
but
discover.
I can still avoid it.
Just make that smoothly, and that could have been disastrous. So stays alive, not dropping any more positions at the moment. And Speed Self looking to stay safe for the moment. Scandia is on 17 points. Everyone else is below 5. He's kind of nuts. It's a little bit scary. Speed Self, do you have the speed? Yes, he does. Will stay alive as Techie drops the last chance as well.
As does Lucis.
Everyone drops to Lucis.
Marius
Marius
got a whole 2 points, so avoids being in a triple last chance that we're about to get, but
yeah, it is.
He's got the last round here on Tinkerton.
Yes, it is.
Do we have one more?
So everyone last chance, and I have 2 points.
That has not gone well for Techie, it has to be said.
So our last track is...
So, and basically, what is my strategy now? I play now as if I was already in the last chance. Because with 2 points, and Scandia most likely winning the round, I will be in last chance anyway. So for me, it is now important that I am not last. Because if I avoid to be last in this round, then someone gets knocked out now in 5th place. So this was basically already knockouts scenario for me. I didn't go for getting first and only losing 1 point. I didn't go for that. That was not important.
I believe it's Beachside by Zix.
Beachside,
I just
yes.
wanted to make
Which
sure
when I saw the
to
map
not
name,
be
I was like,
lost.
beautiful, you know, palm trees was in my head, like sunny skies and stuff. It's more of an abandoned ruin. Like, it's not the kind of place you'd want to go sunbathing.
Maybe you know the Treasure Island RPG map?
Yes.
Yeah, it's like this, but in mini.
Yeah, that's a very good
And
description.
I think it's the hardest map in this map also.
Yeah, there's some kind of things you need to do. There's wet wheels,
Yeah.
I feel like, in a couple of points that you need to navigate. And is there wet wheels? No, I'm making that up entirely. I had a vague feeling that I'm just too used to Trace on the main competition right now. I had a feeling that there was one part where you like just dipped into a puddle for a second, but I'm making that up entirely. Don't worry about it.
So
Unless I'm not.
This now
and we
was,
see it
however,
later,
my
but we
worst
won't.
map. I could
apologize
actually
to everyone who's
choose if
watching on
this
Twitch. I
map
have to
should have
assume
been
that the
played in the
bitrate is being
third
absolutely
spot,
murdered by the
as
shadows
previous
and the
map,
textures on
or
this
now.
map. But you
I
can
just
still
put it
see
as
the
late as
cars,
possible.
and that's the main thing. Is we are live, triple last chance.
I think it didn't really make a big
Marius
difference
currently
in
in
the end,
last place,
hard to
one of the
say.
few players who can survive a last place at the moment, along with
Like,
Scandier, who we're not
if
worried
this
about.
map-
He's going to be totally fine.
Here, if this map here came already earlier, as third map, then there would have been a higher chance that I actually lose and get 6th or 5th. But if I survive it, and I have then my better map coming up, I also get more of a chance for 2nd place. So you can say I kinda played here the safe meister. I wanted to have this other map first, to be a bit safer, and now comes this. But we were still 5 players actually, so
Whatever happens,
And
I feel
so
like at this
far,
point he's built
nobody
up
crashed,
enough
but
of
now
power.
someone
Speed Self was having a bit of a struggle on our last map. Tinkaton is now struggling a little bit on Beachside as well.
So, and
Yeah,
at this
it's not
too
point
far down.
here,
Yeah, Speed Self
I
managed to
checked
survive
it.
a few rounds in last chance. I think managed to knock out Dennis on the double last chance, and then held on one
went
more.
safe
She
to the
loses
end,
Techie fall down.
just
but
keeping Speed Self
I
behind me.
think this might be all she wrote for Speed Self. Will be coming home in 5th, unable to get past Marius. We get the metal pipe sound effect. I think truly a fitting way to go out of an RPG track. As
Oh,
we are
and now
left to
top
just
4 is
four, as
already
Marius
secured.
now falls
I was
into
really
last
happy with
chance,
that.
would need us to win the round, I think, to avoid it. And when
And that was my first time in the last
So there's one, I think, challenge left to Scandier now. Can he just eliminate them all back to back to back? 3 rounds. Scandier could get it done in 3 rounds from here. Can he get it done in 3 rounds from here is the question. He's been given a little bit of help to get things off. Lucis, unfortunately, has fallen so far down that he hasn't
And
yet
yeah,
hit the
Luec
first
is with
checkpoint.
an
Will
early crash.
arrive out at 6.5
I
seconds
didn't know it
after
at this
everyone
point,
else.
I have to
Marius
say.
a little bit behind.
But at
Techie's looking
this
to have another very strong
bridge
performance
now,
after winning the
I
opening
was
mini
looking at
RPG
it
of
and
the week
realized I am
yesterday
alone.
with the more traditional mini RPGs,
And
the Danger
that was,
Zone
of course,
style.
nice to see.
Very strong performance on the
Because
the
I saw it
pre-practice
coming,
maps
I hit
as well.
last chance and I immediately get last.
I think now the Techie is
But,
off the Tinkaton. He's looking
didn't
all we can
happen.
expect.
Yeah.
He seems to be kind of following Scandier, maybe a second behind, which is more than enough. I don't think Marius quite has the pace to match. I mean, it's Marius, not known for pace, very much known for consistency.
This is, I mean, Marius on mini RPG, where he can really use the nickname SafeMeister to his advantage sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we've seen Marius in regular mini RPG weeks get very far just by not making mistakes as other people knock themselves out around him.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's maybe one of the most important things is to be consistent, you know.
Yeah.
You saw Luis as he failed just at the start, and sadly he's last.
Yeah.
Marius is 2 seconds behind, but he's in.
But he's in, exactly. All it takes is Techie or Scandier making a mistake in
once I
this
saw
round,
that he's
and Scandier
down,
and Marius
I
stays in
invincible,
again. It feels unlikely.
So, and now I secured the podium, guys. This is how fast it goes in the end. This whole match here didn't really take long. Like, when did it start? I don't know. Not super long ago, I would say. Anyway, now already the battle between Techie and myself for that second place. This is still a difference of 50 euros actually. And it's still quite a big, a huge round, but it's just one round. But it's how on this map, you know.
Scandier's going to make the mistake. He's been nearly flawless. I think we've seen 1 mistakes from him over the course of the match. And other than that, I think he's basically won every single round.
So sadly, I had that start. These transitions, eh?
On pace. So Scandier looking very good. Maps like these, I think any map where you have kind of transitional, awkward transitions especially, Scandier you can see it already. He's so good at like taking every little bit of grip out of these awkward transitions, and rapidly that snowballs into, it's already half a second lead. Techie's not done anything wrong. Scandier's just a second ahead of him.
Yeah, that's insane. It's like he knows what the car will do in the next 5 turns before doing those turns.
Yes.
So that's insane.
Yeah. It's you know, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Your next words will be, except instead it's your next weird bounce will be. He's having a great time up front on a nice Sunday drive here at XPEVO. I mean, he came to the event to play this competition.
Yeah.
He didn't even enter the main competition, which is great. Like, Scandir's a very good competitive player as well. He probably would have done quite well. Marius has done very well in our mini RPG competition too, but it was kind of, as you were saying, Pats, to the pace, just not quite there for him in the end. He was close to Techie. I mean, 7.
On this map, and Iyaka, thanks a lot for the Prime sub. Thanks a lot. Yeah, on this map I had only the 11th local. Like on other maps I was up there in the top 4 locals. And it could have even improved it if I hunted it a bit more. But on this map here, I only had the 11th local, so even people that didn't even play the event were ahead of me. I was really not good on this track. And yeah, it came now up here. So if I had changed the map order, because I could decide which map is 3rd and which is 4th, if I had switched it up, it would have been more risky to have this map earlier, because it could have meant that I get 5th or 6th in the final. But if I would have survived this map here, then however, I would have had a chance to beat Techie, because on the other map Techie was not that consistent. But any map Techie was also fast, also yeah, in the end this round here decided it between us. He gets now the 2nd place, and yeah, they changed the point system in a way that it's only -1, 2, 3, you know? Also Scandir, even if he would get last, he would only lose 3 points. I think that's pretty fair if you do it like that. Now when there are only 3 players. With that he is pretty safe. Like when there are only 2 players left now, Techie would need to beat Scandir like many times, because Scandir only loses 2 points every time he gets beaten.
Tense down in the context of this map is not.
And yeah, I think Techie and myself were really close.
Techie just had him on pace.
was faster.
Yeah, I mean,
more pace. I was more
the
consistent.
consistency got him up to 3rd out of 32 players. I mean, it's.
In the end, also I had of course more points here. Also I like the rounds mode kind of. No, I did better than Techie. However, that might have changed with this map. Like if we would continue scoring points or losing points with this last map, he would have caught up to me again. Also it was really even between us, and yeah, in the end it's Techie. But I was really happy to get finalist, to get to the podium. I mean. And also interesting is, our semi-final, Scandir, Techie, myself, exactly us 3 were top 3. And this is exactly what I expected, but this game mode here, where everyone ends up in last chance and it's basically just a knockout, this game mode of course made it really close. It could have gone very different. Techie was early in the last chance, he could have been 5th as well, if he does a mistake then. But yeah, in the end, our semi-final got the podium places, and Tarpor would have done good as well, I'm pretty sure. Like it was just really an incredible semi-final, and the snipe against Tarpor was so important.
Not a bad haul getting onto the podium, but I think Techie and Scandir are just a little step above, especially when...
Yeah, can go a little bit further ahead.
Exactly.
Because
Victor. Crown himself, if you will. Let's go and steal Import's crown and give it to Scandir.
You see, Scandir gets super low airtime, he gets the inside line, he does no slide, he gets all these transitions.
Techie surely Techie can take
wrong,
Scandir down like, once of the 7 times required.
And now comes the really sick part. Look at this line by Scandir now.
About probably going to be half a second, I think. At
I
this
actually saw it.
It's up to 8/10
myself.
Already. Techie with a little bit of an awkward uphill into that checkpoint.
But this is one of these parts that I was confident with, because you land in this uphill, and when you land, you sometimes jump again. Also you land and you bounce again up. And I don't know what my car will do. And Scandir has a line where he goes mega inside, exactly to this pole of the checkpoint, and makes the bug slide super tight around. But how does he know how much grip his car has? Because literally, also you jump off differently from this ramp here. Sometimes I had a little bit of an angled car, so a bit sideways angled. That of course changes everything. But I have no idea. This turn by Scandia was pixel perfect inside around the pole. How can he do that consistent? I don't understand it.
Probably gonna.
You see it in there. He lands here. He's on 2 wheels, but he does it so tight. Like if he just is slightly wrong with such a tight angle, he couldn't save anything anymore. You would think, at least. But I don't know how this works. Like, he had the perfect inside line around it.
Second, I think, at this next checkpoint. It's
You
up to
cannot
8
see it
tenths
from Techie's
already.
perspective.
Techie with a little bit of an awkward uphill into that checkpoint. That was why I was 3
Scandia is so
tenths off.
consistent with these
Scandia
things, I
can
don't know.
safe at this point. He is losing a little bit of time to Techie, who was full sending it. You respect the effort. He was sending it. And unfortunately, sometimes when you send it straight off the edge. Scandia, in a position he's been many times before, just hanging out by himself, driving to the finish line of a mini RPG,
This is,
way in
another
front
sick time.
of any of his competitors, and that'll do it. Scandia is the mini RPG of the week at XPEVO champion.
He is another time 2 lands of mini RPG, 2 times
Yeah,
winner.
and that's it.
Yeah,
So that's pretty insane.
it's kind
And
of
now-
nuts. I assume we're going to be able to try and track him down. Are we going to get him?
No. No. Yeah, a bit further.
Can open up to you. Just a second.
So,
It was quite weird actually,
yeah.
just because
So what
So here we get our medals, or
the XPEVO.
prizes.
nice
Actually,
medal.
only 4th, 5th, and
medal.
6th got a medal. I don't have
So
a
now
medal.
for the 5th place,
Yeah.
who was Spit Self. We can applaud him.
Yeah. Come this way. So yeah. Yeah. Move that duffel bag.
Yeah, exactly. To get in front of camera.
Yeah.
So in 4th place now we got Luis.
Yeah.
It was very close for the 3rd place.
Good job.
GG Luis.
GG. Yeah. Hell yeah. Oh.
And now for the top 3, for the big merch. In top 3, Marius.
Way. Those are nice hoodies.
Yeah, you can show the back. You got some stickers.
Ooh.
Yeah, there were stickers
There's a lot in there.
And show the back. on the,
Yeah.
yeah, show the back of the hoodie. At the camera.
It's a cool hoodie.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Oh, it says 3rd place.
It's at 3rd, yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Whoa. Ooh.
Personalized.
Congrats, Marius.
And now in 2nd place,
Whoa.
the khaki player. Techie.
Way.
You can open up too. Just a second.
You're gonna have to catch Techie wearing the hoodie around if you want to see what's on the back of it.
And now in the 1st place, the one and only Scandia. They got the same hoodie.
Ooh,
Written winner on the background, and he got a mouse pad
that's pretty cool.
of TM2 Stadium, actually.
The best game.
Yeah, it's a very smooth mouse pad, but unfortunately sometimes you will land bug on it while you're moving your mouse.
No, there's no land packs in TM2 anymore.
No.
After MP4.
Okay, okay.
And so now,
Shoo. That's cool.
and so now we got some extra merch.
Oh,
Yeah, I got
Extra
some
merch.
Nadio merch. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it. What?
yeah. Yeah, they are merch first. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So we're gonna spin the wheel now.
Alright, so that's it. Go. I'm pretty happy. I mean, to be honest, on the main event, there's not a big chance. And, like, you cannot really come very far. And this side event was like a chance to actually have some competition, some interesting and close matches, and you actually have a chance to also win something. Also, no, you really try for something. Because in the main event, especially when you don't come there any trained, like, what is even your goal? You know exactly that it's very early on you will just drop out of it. Like, you have no chance. And here, Scandia was of course on a sick level, like completely alone there in an own division, you can say. But behind him, and that I realized it quite early, there was a big chance for anyone to be second. And since even the top 6 all won something, and the prize pool also went up to 500 euros in total. Scania won 200, Techie won 130, and I won 80. The other positions were then 40, 30, 20. So that I beat Luekes, for example, is also 40 euros. To Techie then, however, 50 euros further. But yeah, it's actually... I mean, I won more at XPEVO than basically 80% of of players that tried the main tournament, you know? Like, there were people doing really good, really trained, but they don't get anything in the main tournament. I think it was fine, and the matches were exciting. Like against Tarpot, this semi-final was exciting, the grand final was exciting. I mean, this is what you kind of want to play at a LAN, but of course our level was not really great. We were all not really super well prepared. I prioritized this over the normal main tournament XPEVO, but still I was not really mega trained on these maps. I played all of them in the editor as well once, then I played it another time, a second time through the maps, and then at XPEVO itself. Actually, I didn't play too much before all the Saturday matches, because on Friday I went through my seeding and I somehow qualified for the top 128th round. So I had to do another match there, which means that I still practiced a little bit the normal maps when I had time, until my match was over. And when my match was over, the day was also kind of over on Friday. And on Saturday, I went to football. And after football, when I came back, there was not much time until all this RPG stuff started. So I was actually not even warmed up on the maps that well. But of course the matches itself were quite a warm-up until the really important stuff came up. It was also difficult to get good PCs, actually. Also, you have crazy good PCs in theory, but I think that over the days they become worse. Some PCs showed some memory issues where a restart helped, but it was a bit alarming, and I was also afraid that in the knockout part that I would have a game crash there maybe. Also, the tournament PCs, they are of course used by many different people, and some players seemingly use very weird settings, and they change settings somewhere where you then, when you come to that PC afterwards, you don't know what it exactly is. All these RPG tournaments until the semi-final, also including this important semi-final, I played on a PC that was, first of all, the picture was pretty dark, and it had some kind of motion blur. But motion blur was not activated in-game, so it came from somewhere else. It was mega weird. There was also, you know that maybe we had these 15 seconds warm-up, and when the warm-up ends, then you see the camera from above, from the sky, looking down to the map, and then it says warm-up ending with a big text. And this shot from above towards the track, it was, how can I say that? It was like an oil painting. It was super weird. I don't know what was wrong with that PC or with this monitor or what exactly caused that. But I can say it felt like motion blur. It felt like I didn't have any sharp edges when I was driving. But I couldn't really say what it is because the graphic settings were pretty high. And yeah, but I had to deal with it because there were also several PCs where the headsets just didn't give sound, and it was sometimes hard to figure out what's the reason and if it's even plugged in. It was hard to say because several cables were put together at the back, and I don't know. It was complicated here and there, and then always had to search another PC, and also today on Sunday I had to search quite long to find something. Yeah, but when does it make problem? When it's too high or when it's too low? The anti-aliasing. I don't know. It was high. I think it was extremely high, but I don't know if this was the issue. I thought that the other PCs had the same setting, but yeah. Also, it was high. It was definitely there, but still, it was extremely weird to drive. Lars was also going behind me. I told him, doesn't this look weird? Torpo was sitting next to me at some point, filming with my GoPro, how I played in the knockout. No, he also saw that it was weird. It was just not sharp, but I could play with it. Luckily, it was good enough. No, the PC that I had in the final was better, but that PC had an extremely bright screen. But doing it any darker felt then also wrong, but it definitely was unusually bright. However, on RPG that is not even that bad, because you could see some things a little bit better. So I just kept it the way it was. But yeah, it was still like after like 2 days when you went to these tournament PCs, here and there was always something weird. I don't know. The 2 matches that I played in the main tournament, I basically got told which PC I have to take. No? And both of these PCs, also the first one I had first headset problems with no sound, but when that was fixed, really good PC. And also in the second match, in my top 128 match, I could really perform super well on these main XPEVO maps. Much better than I would ever be able to perform on my PC. Because it was just a good PC, I don't know. But sadly both of these PCs were shut off now on the last day, so I couldn't use them. Naja. Anyway, I am happy that I played this, that I think I did the right decision with training for this a bit. It still worked out that I could go playing football. I missed quite some matches because my RPG matches, they were all on Saturday afternoon, so I was missing the matches that happened at that point. I saw there was this winner bracket semi-final. Between my RPG matches, I saw that Carl Jr. was super far behind Letzter and Root Prime. And then later in the evening, I heard that actually, yeah, Carl Jr. still got through. So I have to rewatch that for possible comeback of the year. But yeah, that was crazy. Otherwise, yeah, long karaoke night last night. I was then awake until 4:20. I left the venue at like 3:45 in the night. All the time karaoke. I did several streams I tried. Now I want to see actually how much of these streams do we see. Also generally, how much did we see? I want to see all these streams here. Wait. This is the first one. Yeah. So and now we have all these night streams here. Like three of them go away there. This one. Yeah, then this one. And this one. So, also first of all, I arrived in Köln. Of course delayed. Deutsche Bahn. Oh, I see. There are already issues. So you have to know, in order to live stream with my GoPro, I need to connect it into a wireless LAN. This wireless LAN, the only that I have basically, comes then from my iPad. My iPad takes the mobile phone signal kind of, no? And with that it makes then a hotspot where I can connect to into the wireless LAN that my iPad itself is doing. From the iPad as well, I'm starting the live stream of the GoPro, because on the iPad I have that GoPro app. So basically, it's basically coming from mobile phone signal, but with the extra route over wireless LAN from the iPad, the hotspot. And when I go into a part where there is not a good signal, then it affects, of course, directly also the wireless LAN, and with that also this live stream. So here it looks pretty decent now, I would say. If we go a little bit further, I was now going out of the main station and there's the Kölner Dom. Besides this live stream, there's also a video being recorded on my GoPro.
So guys, I'm there.
I hope that this video is then on very good quality.
My train had a massive, let's hold it like this, a massive delay, like actually one train completely vanished. Not a single time in all the years that I traveled to XPEVO, I had a single punctual train. Not a single time I had a punctual train. It's incredible. Again, it happened.
Yeah, and today I come back and it was again delayed.
I just drove a different
I had a whole hour delayed.
But,
Man.
It's still quite annoying, because otherwise I would have gone to the hotel first. But now it's almost 1 PM, so I have to go to XPEVO and do the check-in, and then I have to go from XPEVO to my hotel, because I still remember checking.
So,
to the left.
I was going here. No. If you want to watch this VOD, it's still up there on YouTube. I was
comes from
going to XPEVO. It's a 10-minute walk. I go a bit further up.
When you go right after the train station, you don't go underneath this. Yeah. Always groups of people here. 1-minute walk. Always a fight, and then at the end, but the pack was enough. But the sun get to. He was waiting for the big. Yeah.
I was talking to the camera a bit, but it's also weird when there are other passengers on the sidewalks, you know, it's feels a bit weird.
Easily to recognize that I'm belonging to the venue. Go downstairs.
So now we can almost see it.
To get over it.
It's on the other side of the road.
You have to go exactly diagonal.
XPEVO here.
XPEVO, that is it. Alright, you see already the first B2 guys. Hey Sponge!
Now a bit German.
Moin Sponge!
Ich will einmal Seelen pflücken.
Aber mal so. Ich bin live auf Twitch gerade hier.
Ja, schon wieder.
Genau. Ja. Also,
so, then I talk with Sponge a little bit.
Also es musste mal erst der Stein ins Rollen gebracht werden und man natürlich schon genau das, also sollen sie bitte dieses eine Wochenende vermeiden und dann
we talked about United competition that I had now. So now it's went in. I use my mobile phone as a ticket.
Early Bird Tournament.
Genau.
Schon angemeldet fürs Tournament?
Nee, ich muss auch runtergehen.
Ja, dann einmal runter zum TO-Desk und dann einmal Freeze drehen lassen.
Perfekt.
Ab und an Hände desinfizieren, ganz wichtig. Gut.
Ja, danke. Okay, jetzt sind wir drin. Dann gehen wir erstmal direkt zur Tournament-Anmeldung.
So, Tournament-Anmeldung, Tournament registering is downstairs.
At the bottom.
And there is of course the signal verse. It's only 2 bars out of 5 at this part here. And that is why it also makes problems at the karaoke. Also, I don't have at karaoke my iPad right next to my GoPro. There is like a gap between GoPro and iPad. Because I couldn't go with the iPad onto the stage and so on, you know. So here there are also pictures that will be taken. So now I gave my GoPro to him here while the picture was made. Oh. I had so much stuff with me because of the football. I had now sports shoes and so on. It took quite some space in my backpack.
Punkt. 2 Punkte.
So by the way, my Osomniac shirt from a team in Trackmania 2 in around 2013.
Noch auf Wikipedia updaten.
So. Then I found Turbo, as you can barely see, and Shorty. They were down there, and Susie as well. So Turbo took my GoPro for a moment. There's Susie. But I see already, it's the quality is very limited here in the live stream.
Ich auch nicht.
Ja. Weiß auch nicht, aber ich gehe morgen Fußball spielen.
Ach so, cool.
Und der ist Import.
Ja, am Lunchbreak, genau. Ja, um 16 Uhr müsste das sein, genau. Ne, um 14 Uhr, guck mal. Wegen welchen Cup man mitnimmt, ne?
Also, if you are interested, you can watch the full VOD of the stream.
habe ich einfach so sehr viel schichtfrei.
I can send you the link.
Wäre natürlich andersrum.
Now I want to just skip a bit
Dann
through
habe ich
it.
meinen Geburtstag gehabt, da habe ich ja
Tomorrow
auch
I actually have to go to work.
Dann der Geburtstag selber, dann kommen meine
der
Eltern danach wegen Geburtstag. Das ist einfach unmöglich. Ne?
There's a lot of German talking, of
Muss ich
course,
das
in this
RPG mehr
Shorty and Turbo.
anschauen. Option dafür so, ne?
Dafür macht es einfach nicht genug Spaß, stundenlang vielleicht denken sich ja alle. Aber ja,
Es verzeiht halt keine alternativen Linien. Eigentlich.
Yeah, I talked with Shorty about the maps from XPEVO.
sehr krass.
Schon.
Ja, gute Maps zu bauen, die auch schwer zu fahren ist, die halt weit ist. Deswegen, das zwingt halt, man ist ja automatisch gezwungen, so das alles ein bisschen eng zu halten, um die Schwierigkeit so artificially ein bisschen halt hochzuhalten. Das machen halt alle Mapper instinktiv so.
Hallo.
So, now also talking with Susie.
Okay, also gehe ich halt hier ran.
So, and then I did the tournament registration.
Verständigen.
So that took a bit until I finally got to the desk. Now this one guy on the right said, you can come to me.
And match 7.
Sweet. So yeah, wait for.
Xertroff, that is.
Search.
I didn't even realize.
Alright.
So, and now I go.
Leute an, hey, können wir ein Side-Event machen? Und dann sagen wir denen, ja okay, also wir haben begrenzte Verfügbarkeiten dafür, aber ihr müsst das komplett selber organisieren quasi. Also wir haben damit an sich quasi nichts am Hut. Also was du machen kannst, wenn du eine Idee hast.
So here I asked a bit if I could host the Trackmania United competition at XPEVO next year as a side event.
Or stream back up again.
Or if someone could host it
Then
theoretically.
I end the live stream because I only have a certain amount of minutes on my chip. So
Yeah, I went to XPEVO and I only had 6 hours 50 minutes video footage left to use on my chip from the GoPro,
maybe
from my
we
SD
also
card.
find the one other person here.
So I had to also watch out for that a bit.
To drink get
so I couldn't just live stream everything. Also, I couldn't read the chat, no, at this point. It was impossible to read the chat because I would need to have my phone or something with a Twitch app all the time with me and checking. But like apparently there was a bit of chat.
You will be sitting there.
So now I went a bit through this venue here. Now again upstairs. It's always now so early on, there are here and there people, some of them you might already recognize and you say hello, but most of them you don't definitely recognize immediately. There are then however name tags to get. So yeah.
B2 guys are easy to find.
Yeah, B2, there are so many B2 guys and they all have these shirts, like so easy to see them everywhere. There's Rasta. Rasta was often on that PC. They did also something in Cup today. There's Schenker! This Schenker! Oh wait. Wait, go back again. I didn't notice him there. But look, this is Schenker here. I didn't notice him here because I didn't really know exactly how he looks like. Alright. And here Fabian sits, but most of the times, but apparently not at that moment. This is a merch store where you could buy some merch, but it was quite expensive, these shirts, so I didn't do that.
So this is the area where we will do karaoke.
That is actually wrong. There was karaoke last year, but this year it was underground. And as I said, underground, you saw it also in this live stream already. In that moment when I was underground talking with Torpo and so on, the signal is just a lot worse.
Tomorrow evening, you can even do in the big
Here you
stream.
could do a bit of Xbox Trackmania gaming.
Also last year we had all the time FIFA advertisements here. So last year we had the Mania Exchange stand here, but this time it doesn't exist. I was using this table. There we have Shorty, this is the caster room and host room. And here's the stage. Oh, mother. So mother on stage in the first wave, it seems like. Yeah, and as expected,
not the
people
only
like
time
Klaus
that Mother
and
was on
Fanatic are
stage.
tough to find. They might be just underground. Oh wait, I see just someone going down the escalator.
Yeah, but I didn't find him.
Not too late. Nobu. I also need to get my name tag still, so that people recognize me easier. So, that's the venue. Then, a little bit. Wave 4, my match is at 5 p.m. Yeah, 2 p.m. wave 1, 3 p.m. wave 2, 4 p.m. wave 3. Alright, then thanks for watching and see you then next time. Bye bye.
Ja. So, now. Das did work. To the place I belong, West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home, country road. Yeah, I see already. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh. But actually, Actually, I let Susie check that out. I was letting Susie check it out if my live stream looks good, and at that moment when we checked it, it looked actually good. But now if I see this, then ouch. This is, by the way, already pretty late in the karaoke. There was a lot of karaoke before I decided to do live stream. And there is one, there was one guy, I think that was the craziest of all the performances. Also he really went full lock-in. You could also tell that he like definitely loves that style of music and that he knows the song by heart. I have to show that then at some point when I go through my GoPro footage, when I have the videos, but holy shit, that was actually crazy. But here's some French rap. Let's go a bit further. There's Fabian. I was, by the way, also one of the first guys to do a performance on stage. Sadly, wasn't known at that point that you have to go really close to the mic. Last year I was very close to the microphone, and then it was a big issue with the sound quality. But this time this was fixed, but you had to be close to the mic now so that you are loud enough. And I didn't know that, so I don't know how much they actually then heard from my voice in the first. So now it's my turn. My turn. Ay. So this, by the way, is a Biesel, and they're like, before this karaoke session, the whole Saturday and also on Friday evening, people asked me all the time that I have to do a duet with Biesel. For some reason, I don't know what is the full background, but like there are 3 or 4 different persons that were asking me all the time that this duet has to happen. That was really confusing. But yeah, here we did it. So it was done, we did it, everything fine. And what I can tell you is, you couldn't hear your own voice when you were singing there. The music was so loud, you could barely hear your own voice. In the camera you hear better. Here I was super unsure with the melody in that part. Yeah, here I was super unsure. Oh, now I know it.